Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, March 27th. It's almost the end of March. How crazy is that? This is a podcast about knitting books, baking accounts, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day. I have various social medias you can follow me on. I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there if you would like to get up, or if you would like to see what I get up to during the weeks that I don't record. I have various show notes. I don't have various show notes, I do have show notes that are linked to various places. The links to the things that I will be talking about will hopefully be in the show notes. I may forget one or two of them, but if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, or if you'd like to say hi. I also work at a yarn store. It is called Pearly Girls. It is in Spring, Texas, and I'll leave all the various social media website information if you would like to check us out either online or in person. I'm also a knitting pattern tech editor, so if you know someone who is in need of a tech editor for some knitting designs, I would love to work with you. If you would like more information, you feel free to send me a message, or you can check out the Graceful Edits tab, which is on my website, or my blog, or whatever. We've got some finished objects to share. We've got some knitting to share. We've got a cast on to share. We've got all the fun things to share. It's Dave sharing, you know. So, shall we just get right into it? I think let's do that. So if you would like to grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, something to craft upon, I have a latte that I just made in my cat mug from Brace Books, which is the local bookstore in the town I am from, in Oklahoma. Fun fact, maybe you have an animal to snuggle, maybe you have laundry to fold. Whatever it is, I hope it is bringing you joy or some rest, or maybe I'm helping you get through a task that is not as pleasant. And I have laundry later. I'm going to be turning on something, I don't know what, to help me get through the laundry because I'm not looking forward to it, but that's okay. I hope that you do all those things, none of those things, whatever brings you joy, and you come back and join me for some crafty chat. So, everyone, hello. Hello. I do have the blinds closed all the way, so I apologize if I'm ever at any point overexposed. It's very overcast and somehow still so bright. I don't understand, but that's okay. You know, we will power through. I was feeling a red lip. I needed some extra power, some oomph, so we got the lipstick and the earrings. You do what you gotta do, you know? But I do really like this color. I need to wear it more often. That was one thing. We've been doing a lot, as I'm sure are a lot of people. Spring cleaning and just organizing and things have built up over the year and a month that we've lived in this house, and so it's time to, things have settled. We know where things are, we know for the most part. I did have a glorious find during one of our cleaning sessions, which I will explain to you in just a moment. And so, you know, just life, living, things get cluttered, things just aren't as organized anymore, and so it's wonderful. It's hard to get started, but once you get started, it's really nice to just kind of clean and declutter and get rid of things, have a Goodwill pile, whatever it may be. So most of our bedroom has been done, most of our bathroom, actually all of our bathroom has been done. I'm sure you were really fascinated to know this, and so I'm going to continue to tell you anyway. Maybe you're on the fence about spring cleaning your own home or wherever you are located in your office or whatever, and this is a sign to you to just seize the moment and get it started, and you'll feel so much better afterwards. I don't remember where I was going with this or why I started telling this story. Why did I start telling you all this? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I definitely had a point of where I was going, but the very happy find that I thought I had completely lost were my favorite, like, everyday Minnetonka slippers, and I have them on right now. They're my favorite. I thought I had lost them in the move and I couldn't find them, but they were in the bottom of a box that had not been completely unpacked, and I found them and I was so happy. Granted, my feet are sweating, but I just like having things on my feet. If I don't have slippers on my feet, I have socks on my feet when I walk around the house. Another fun fact about me. Oh, I remember where I was going. I'm so sorry. Decluttering the bathroom. I went through a lot of like old expired makeup and face products and stuff like that, and in doing so, of course, lipstick and lip gloss and lip balm and all the other various things that was included. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen one of my story posts about it, because I found that I have about a bazillion red and pink lipsticks, and I have pared down, and I'm going to try and wear them more often because they do make me happy, and I do like how they look on me, and it gives me a little extra oomph, and especially when we have our dangly earrings, it's like extra oomph. So, today, we have the extra oomph. That was a very long story time to tell you that I'm going to be wearing lipstick more. Yay! Okay, let's regroup. What are we talking about? We're talking about knitting. I have 3 finished objects to share with you. Last time we chatted, St. Patrick's Day was about to happen, and I had the goal of knitting and finishing one of my 2 green sweater options to wear for St. Patrick's Day, and I did in fact finish it, and it was glorious. I'm so happy with it. It was a test knit for Isabel Kramer, and I don't know if it's out yet. Actually, it may not be out yet. I do apologize. I should know that. But here it is. I did finish this. This is a top-down yoked colorwork sweater by Isabel Kramer. The mods that I did for this, I did make the body a little bit shorter, and I also did a split hem because I love those, as you do. The yarn that I used, the main color, the green, is Barocco Vintage from Pearly Girls. It is in the Fennel colorway. And then the white color is, well, the white and the blue actually, are Fingering Weights Held Double. The white is Heathered Handmaids in the Bunny Hops colorway, and the blue, I believe, is Lamstring Yarns. It's old stash. It's actually stash that I had used part of that skein for one of my West Knits Mystery Knit-alongs forever ago, which yes, I do have that still on my needles, and yes, I have not forgotten about it, and yes, I will finish it eventually sometime before October, but just right now, I'm not working on it, and that's okay. You know what? It'll get done eventually. I'm not worried. It will get done, just not right now. In case you were wondering where that is. Yes, so this is the Nefeli, N-E-F-E-L-I pattern. Like I said, it is a test knit. It was super fun to make. I love the color work. There's a wide variety of sizes, which is also wonderful. The color combinations that the other testers put together is just so inspiring. It's very, very much like, oh, I need one of those, and I need one of those, and I need one of those. You do a long sleeve, you can make it longer. I think I need a long sleeve version. I love it. So yes, I did finish it, and I did get to wear it for St. Patrick's Day, and I was very happy, and I was super happy with the outfit that I had put together. I had something in my mind, and I accomplished it, which is so wonderful when that happens. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's very happy, you know. Next up, I have another Isabel Kramer, because if you are new to the podcast, we do love, and by we, I mean me, but also some of my viewers as well, are huge fans of Isabel Kramer, and I have another one of her patterns that I have finished, and I finally got to wear it. I wore it on Sunday, which was yesterday when I'm recording this, and again, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen pictures of it. I just cannot even with this cardigan. It is very hard to see the lace, especially when you wear a dark shirt underneath it, which I didn't think about when I took pictures, so I was a little annoyed at myself for doing that, but it really doesn't matter ultimately, because you could kind of see the lace pattern up like on my shoulder. Because it was like a tank top, so you could see my skin underneath, but my tank top that I was wearing was a darker color, so you couldn't really see the lace pattern. That's okay. That's okay. I'll be wearing it again, for sure. But this is a cardigan, a lacy? It's not lace weight. It is kind of like a DK weight-ish, I think. I used Harrisville Designs Nightshade in the Static colorway, which I got from Maker and Stitch. And of course, I have done my new favorite, the tubular bind off, on all my bind offs, and it is just so polished and gorgeous. I love it. We have the edging, which is done as you go, so there's no need to like go back and pick up for the neckline, which is really great. The only picking up is for the sleeves. And yeah, so it looks like it's cropped. It's not actually cropped. It's on the little, it's a little, not a little past cropped length, but it's definitely longer for me. It kind of hits on like the top of my hip, which is great. That's what I wanted. Again, I had this vision, and it turned out, and I'm so excited. Anyway, the Ela, or the Ella, cardigan by Isabel Kramer. So wonderful, so snuggly, very woolly. Oh, I love woolly yarn. I just love it. I just love it. And I know I'm not the only one. The only downside of the black cardigan is that you can see every single piece of orange cat hair and my own hair, but specifically orange cat hair on this cardigan. It is everywhere. Which, like, I understand. I've lived with cats for almost, actually my entire life. I've never lived without a cat, except for in college, but even then, I would go home to my parents and they would have cats, so they were keeping our cats, actually. So, I've always had cat hair in all the places. I understand that having cat hair all the places is just a thing. I don't mind it. I don't care. It does not bother me. If I touch my eyes, they get itchy, but that's okay. I'm aware, and I just don't touch my eyes. But for some reason, it's just like glaringly obvious. That's one of my hairs, so we won't blame Birdie for that. But like, it's just so covered in cat hair, and I don't know why. Like, more so than normal. Anyway, I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. My ankle is itchy. So now you know about my cardigan and its tendency to be covered in cat hair. They're like, it's just... It's a good thing we love Birdie, right? He's cute, he's old, and we love him. I don't actually know where he is right now. Oh, he's asleep on the couch. What a sweetie. We love him anyway. So, another finished object. This was actually a languishing whip, so I do feel pretty good about that. So yeah, we're just plugging along, getting things done. Boop. Having a fun time. Here, we'll do it that way so you can kind of see the... There we go. And then lastly, this was a very like spontaneous finishing thing. I just needed the most like mindless yet not mindless knit, and I didn't want a sleeve. I didn't want a body of a sweater. I have been working on like nothing but sweaters recently. I don't know if you've all noticed that, but I've recently noticed that, and I'm like, why are there so many sweaters? I love sweaters, don't get me wrong. It's probably my favorite thing to make, but it's like, do I not knit shawls anymore? Do we not have shawls on the needles? Yes, we do. They're all back here. I'm just not working on them, apparently. So, this one shawl in particular I've had on my needles since September-ish. So not quite a languishing whip because it has not hit the 6-month mark, but did get finished, and that is the Perfectionist Trap by Casey of Casey Knits. And no, my ends are not woven in, and no, I don't care, but it is blocked. And I love it so much. And yes, my I-cord cast off is striped. Oh my goodness. Like, can we even? Can we even? We love it so much. It is the perfect size. It's not too big, it's not too little. It's like a nice kind of kerchief thing, kind of to keep your neck warm. Also to like add a little pizzazz without overheating you intensely, which always happens to me. So the fact that this doesn't is helpful. We love it. It is another one that you can make it as large or as small as you want. You can add colors, you can stripe it, you can do whatever you want. And just knit on the diagonal. It's asymmetrical, so you start at here and you go and you cast off at the widest point. Ta-da! I used a single skein of Apothecary yarn, which I got from DFW Fiber Fest back in September. It did not have a colorway name, but it's these beautiful pinks and purples, speckles, and then I threw in some Madeline Tosh dark purple to kind of go with it for the cast off, because why not? I was also running out of yarn, so we used our stash well. Still counts as stash busting, you know. It's good. It's good. I want to make a bazillion more of these. The nice thing about this pattern, there are a lot of really amazing things about this pattern, but it's mindless in that once you get it set up, which is very, very easy and straightforward to do, you're just like going to town. You're just knitting, slipping the occasional stitch, increasing on one side. It's super easy, but it's not so mindless that you're like, oh man, I have to knit miles of garter stitch. This is so boring. Which, there's a time and a place, don't get me wrong. I have been one to say that I love endless miles of garter stitch before. Totally get that. But with this, you have this interest factor of these slip stitches, and You've got markers that you can place. It's just a really nice canvas. I was thinking palette, that's the wrong word. Canvas for playing around with yarn, playing around with color, playing around with a lot of different things. And I'm going to be making a bazillion more of them because I love it. And I have some things cooking in my mind. Of course, we've got plenty of yarn back here. I actually am thinking about doing a fingering weight version. Maybe. I need to think about it. Because also another reason why I pulled this out, because I was really just like needing a knitting pick-me-up. I've been working on this one particular test knit for a very long time, and I'm just like, I'm really ready for it to be done, and to say the least. And so this was like the perfect little like, you can do it, you can finish things, you can do it. And then it sparked these like creative juices in my brain of doing other things with my stash and doing more of these. And so it was the perfect like little kick in the pants that I needed to continue working on my other test knit. My only test knit right now. Wow. Let's also remember that I've knit two sweater test knits while I've been working on this one. It's a lot. And it will get done, and it will be amazing, and it will be a work of art, and I can't wait to wear it when it gets cold again, or I visit my parents. You know? Anyway, so if you have not knit a Perfectionist trap, like, you need to. It's a perfect gift for you, it's a gift for a friend, it's a great beginning knitter pattern if you're, like, past scarves and you want to like move on to something a little bit more but not too intense. It's the perfect pattern. Great single skein thing. Perfect for those ones that we travel around and get. I only use one skein. I believe that it calls for more than one, but again, you can make it as large or as small as you want. And Casey's just really sweet and wonderful. So if you're not interested in this one, go check out her other patterns, because she's got other patterns as well, which are super wonderful. And I'm going to go cast on some more Perfectionist traps. I actually kind of want to do that this evening. Oh, maybe as a reward. I can't think about this too much, otherwise I'm going to be distracted and won't be able to get the things done that I need to get done today. We'll file that away in our brains, in my brain, a little bit for a little bit later. We have time to sit down and think and plan. But not right now. Not right now. So, is it time for a coffee break? I think it's time for a coffee break. I just pulled this big project into my lap, and now we're going to drink some hot coffee and be very warm. Such is life. I don't know what to say. I have nothing nice to say about the Texas, Houston weather, so I'm just not going to say anything nice. Or I'm not going to say anything at all. Right now. Will it storm? I don't know. We constantly have a headache, constantly have allergies. It's just bad. I have nothing nice to say, so I'm just going to stop now. Time for a coffee break. Enjoy your beverage if you have one. Okay. We have, again, regrouped. This test knit. This is a test knit for Alicia Plummer. It is currently unnamed as far as I am aware. It is a dolman style sleeve. There are lots and lots and lots of cables. And I am so close to being done, yet so far at the same time. I feel like it's never going to end, and it will end at some point. I just don't know when. So, yes, I have finished the fronts and the back, and I've joined everything together again, and I'm decreasing. So there's that. There's that. It kind of looks a little more like a sweater now. If I can show this to you without the stitches falling off my... Yeah, that clearly looks like a sweater, you know? Definitely a sweater. We have the bottom. It's bottom up. Ta-da. We have our cable sections on the front and on the back. They are the same. And then we have our little increase section up along the side from the bottom to create that bat wing shape, which I really love. It's very comfy. And then we have our armhole. And then I've joined again. And I'm decreasing. So I'm decreasing up along the shoulders. And eventually I'll have some short rows. And then I think I will be done. Minus the sleeves and the collar. But the sleeves and the collar do not have cables on them. So it is all okay. It will go so fast. So fast. I find, and this is true of really any test knits that I have had in the past that have like a particularly intense or challenging aspect to them that really slow me down. When I'm not working on them, I find that I knit so quickly, and I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's because I'm used to having these things to slow me down, and when they're not there, it's like, okay, we gotta go, 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 go. Which is great because I'm getting stuff done, but also, whoa, slow down, enjoy the process. It's okay. It's not a race. Speed is not the most important thing here. And which there are pros and cons to that for sure. But it's not about the speed, you know. It's not, I'm not proud that this is making me knit faster. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that this is really slowing me down. My point. This is a lot of cabling. It is intense cabling, and it's very easy. I've had this thing memorized for a long time at this point. Like, I could do it in my sleep. So, the end is near. The end is very near. And we just set those timers, you know? We get it done. We get things done. 30 minutes on, maybe 15 minutes off of working on something else fun because we really got to work on this. So another 30 minutes. Take a break, walk around. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, and it's going to be amazing. And because it's been raining so much recently, consequently, on one hand it's washing the pollen away, on the other hand it's fluffing all the pollen up so it's in the air again. Because it's been raining so much recently, everything is super green, which is a huge plus of living here. Everything's really green pretty much all the time. Except when it gets overly hot and everything dies. But right now everything's really green, so while I'm finishing this and I'm like trying to like think of fun finish object picture options, we have some really beautiful like walking trails near our house, and I keep meaning to like go to one of them and take pictures. I also may do that with Sam because I'll feel more confident if I have someone else with me opposed to doing it by myself, and then people are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So just thinking things around in my head. Obviously I don't need this right now because I don't have a finished sweater, but I will eventually. And I don't think it's really it's not impossible to say that I'm gonna have this done. Hello, barking dogs. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that I have this done by the next time we chat. And wouldn't that be like the best thing ever? I think it would be the best thing ever, and honestly the thought of it is a little overwhelming for a lot of different reasons. So I think we can do it. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Yeah. I'm not going to promise, but that's my goal. That is my goal. It's getting done. It will get done. It will get done. What is this yarn? Sorry, I forgot to talk about that. I've just been too obsessed with talking about the actual project. This yarn is Kelborn Wool and Scout from Maker and Stitch. I do love it. It's a new favorite yarn of mine. I will be knitting so much more with this yarn. It is awesome. I love it. So, The Unnamed Test Knit by Alicia Plummer. It's just a lot. It's a lot. If you're in for like a really big, a masterpiece of a project, knit this. If you are not wanting to cable until the ends of the earth, which there is nothing wrong with that, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Like, I'm not, don't get me wrong. Don't hear me saying, wow, this is terrible, because it's not. It will be beautiful, and just know that if you're going to knit this, you are in for a lot of cabling. A lot of cabling. And you may get tired of it, and then you may have to put it in timeout. But I can't put it in timeout because I have a deadline. So, we're just keeping on, you know? Keep on keeping on. In the midst of all of this, I had a new cast on because people were discussing making one of these at Pearly Girls, and I needed another knitting pick-me-up because of working on this big cable blob that will eventually be a beautiful sweater. We think positively about it, you know, otherwise I get too down. It's gonna be a beautiful. So there were rumblings of this other sweater, the Diaphanous Raglan by Jessame. And I knew that I had stash. I knew I had plenty of stash, and I really just wanted something fun. It's different. It's a little bit out there for things that I've been knitting recently, and it's kind of like a summery top, so it's all good. And I got home and picked up my yarn, and I cast it on, and I have my first side thing. It's very weird. The construction is both very strange and very ingenious. In a way, you are knitting intarsia while you do these pieces. There is no seaming. Keep that in mind. There's no seaming. It's all picking up and putting together. This is my left sleeve. So the sleeve is just one strand of mohair, and then the body of it is a strand of my fingering weight and my mohair, which, as you can see here, with the tweed bits. And then this is the sleeve with the mohair. I'm very excited. So this is going to be upside down, but basically, see, look, clearly a sleeve. So you do one side, and then you do the other side, and then you join everything together, and bing, bang, boom. Bob's your uncle. So this has been my, like, fun treat yourself project. It seems very bougie in a way, and I'm very into that. I'm really into treating myself. It's going to be so amazing. There's so many different options when it comes to this sweater, in regards to, like, fit and sleeves and sizes and just general fit, which I love. It's amazing. For the body shaping, I don't know. I haven't decided that yet, but I do want to do just like the ruffle short sleeve. There's options for like long sleeves, and goodness gracious, that is just the most beautiful. But if I want this to be a summery tee, I think I would die, literally die, if I wore that. It would not be a summery top. What's also really cool about it is that it's got a V both in the front and the back, and I think that's really pretty. Lends itself to this type of construction, which again is very interesting. And yeah, so I'm really loving this so far. Siri, I don't want to talk to you. I'm using, so my main color is this like peachy, soft pinky tweed color from Skein Queen. And then my mohair is Semi-Precious from, woo, got a lot of balls of yarn hanging out in this bag. Semi-Precious from Chelsea Lux. Chelsea Yarns? Chelsea Lux. Chelsea Yarns, I think. I may have the ball band in here. We could hope. Again, thinking that I would be so prepared, I don't think they're in here. No, this is a ball band for something else. I don't even remember what this is for. Cool. That's not helpful. Either way, I'm loving it. So I got that one side done, and here is my progress on my other side. So, oh, backwards, sorry. Boop. Ta-da! Clearly a sleeve. So this is up at the top. There's kind of like a V-neck ribbing edging to it, which is really nice. Love it. It's knit on big needles. I'm knitting it on an 8. And I think it's just, it's what I needed. It's different. It's very unique. It makes my brain think, while not being too intense, and was a nice, like, shop my stash, play around, have fun, cast on, even though I have no business doing that. So it was a needed cast on. And, you know, you do what you gotta do. Who cares if you have 25 projects on your needles? Whatever floats your crafting boat is what is best for you. If having only 2 projects on your needles is what floats your crafting boat, that's awesome for you. Whatever it may be, whatever the number is. There's no shame here. No shame. Craft what makes you happy. As little or as much as you want. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta cast on some random thing because you need a little pick-me-up and you're just having a hard time and you need something new. Okay? And maybe sometimes you just need to finish something. And then you'll be so inspired. So maybe the thing is that you need to do both. You need to have a cast on moment and a finishing moment together. And then the crafting juices in your mind will just be like, oh my goodness, I can do anything. I can conquer the world. This is the adrenaline rush that I needed somehow. Oh man. Giving myself this pep talk. Yes. You know. And then sometimes you're tired, and sometimes you just don't feel like it, and sometimes that's okay. Not sometimes, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not want to do it all the time. It's fair. It's valid. It's important. I think it's time for a coffee break, or whatever you may have. We're going to take a quick little coffee break, so I will be back with you in just a moment. So, by the power of editing, we are back. And I'm still holding my coffee cup, but that's okay because I am still enjoying my latte. It is so good. I did really good making it today. So, what else am I working on? You know, these are the things that I've shown you. Have only been the thing, or what am I trying to say? They're the things that I've only worked on. So, now that we've had 3 finished objects, a new cast on, that's going to be continuing in the rotation. We're thinking past the test knit, okay? We're thinking forward. We're thinking past it. We're thinking all the languishing whips that will get done. We've got to continue to channel this knitting energy to get things done and put them towards languishing lips and new cast-ons, because goodness knows I have yarn to do cast-ons. Yes. I think also an element, honestly, is probably coming from this like need and want and urge to like clean and organize everything. Part of me is like, I gotta do that with my knitting too. And because with some things I just can't. Oh, I closed one of my rings. How nice. Just sitting here. I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. What was I saying? Oh, I think it's just like a need of organization. I think there's just like sometimes when there's so many things going on and like things are up in the air and you just don't know, and sometimes you're just tired. And sometimes the weather is the worst and you can't shake allergies and you can't shake headache and you can't not have those things. Then you turn to other areas where you do have control. Basically, what I'm telling you is that I have a control issue. Hi, hello. I know I'm not the only one. Sometimes that comes out in good, healthy ways with my knitting, and sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes, honestly, that causes me to push myself more, and it makes it not fun. And recently I said, I don't want to knit. I don't want to knit because I'm pushing myself to do things and to work on things that are not happy, and I don't have a good balance. And so, like, finding that balance is really important, especially when you are doing a combination of like things for work or things like test knits and like your own personal knits or gift knitting or whatever it may be. And this also applies to, this is not just knitting or crocheting or crafting. This also could apply to life. Yay. The need, and goodness knows how many times I've preached this basically on the podcast. The need to have things that make you happy and bring you joy amongst all the other stuff is so important. Otherwise, you will just burn yourself out and it won't be fun anymore. And it's sad when that happens, and then something that you once loved or something that you were okay with is now such a burden. We don't want that. We don't want that. So, it's a reminder, friendly reminder to you and also to me. You gotta find a balance. You gotta cast on that Diaphanous raglan if you're feeling it. You gotta finish the Perfectionist trap if you're feeling it. It's okay. It's okay. It's important. You know? It makes you feel better. It adds a little joy to life, you know? We need those little things. With as crazy as the world is, we need those little things, like a delicious latte. Also a wonderful little thing. Sam is out of town tonight. I have sushi for dinner. I'm so excited. I got sushi. Or I will be getting sushi. I'm so excited. It's the little things, you know? It is the little things. Like, also, side note, another little thing that really is physically a massive thing. But a truly amazing thing. If you are a Costco member, or if you have someone who has a Costco membership and you have access to Costco, or if you live around Costco's, I know that they're not everywhere. They recently have had a peanut butter chocolate pie, and let me tell you, it is the most heavenly pie, decadent pie amazing pie. It's got a graham cracker crust and like a peanut butter cheesecake mousse and then a chocolate mousse. And it is the richest thing you've ever had. And it is so freaking good. And I follow about, like, side note, sorry, this is such a rambly thing to talk about. I could tell Birdie this, but he doesn't care. He'd want to eat the pie, but he can't eat the pie because he's a cat. I follow a bunch of, like, Costco empties accounts of, like, people who just go and they recommend things that are good, and it's very helpful because Costco can be super overwhelming, you know? And all of them had been posting about this chocolate peanut butter pie, and so I was super excited about it. Sam was super excited about it. I kept sending him all these videos of this chocolate peanut butter pie, and at one point he was like, so I think I just have to find it now because you keep sending this to me and I know that you really want it. And I was like, yes, I do really want this pie. And ours didn't have it for the longest time and it was so sad. And then they got it and it was like, oh, it's happening. The pie is happening. We have 4.5 pounds of chocolate peanut butter pie. Because it's Costco. And it's so good. It's so good. And it was worth waiting for. You know? And so those little things, like, you really gotta hold on to those little things because those are just really what makes life happy. There are other things, but those little things. Chocolate peanut butter pie. Oh, so good. So, if you have a Costco near you, I would recommend looking for the chocolate peanut butter pie. It's so good. They have another dessert that's like my favorite of that type, but I don't remember what that is. And this is not a Costco recommendations podcast. There are bazillions of Instagram accounts for you to follow for that, and I would highly recommend if you are confused and overwhelmed like I am. It's nice to get it. We've gotten some amazing things from Costco. I love Costco. Anyway, we're not talking about Costco. We all know. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry, you know? I mean, as much as these pep talks are long and rambly, I'm also pep talking myself, so we're getting through this together, you know? Together. We're all in this together. Because we love to throw High School Musical in there as well. Because why not? Why not? So good. Anyway, I need to stop this before I ramble on too much. I don't know what else I'm knitting. I haven't really worked on anything else. I'm gonna throw new things into the rotation. Next time, I don't know what those things are gonna be. I have things rumbling around in my head now with the Perfectionist trap. And I have a lot of very exciting ideas. So, we will see. We will see. Also, friendly reminder, if you are interested in getting a yarn advent or a countdown calendar, that time people are indie dyers are posting theirs and times to get them and pre-orders and all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested, follow your favorite indie dyers. It's very sad when you forget about it, and then August, October, September, November rolls around and you're like, oh man, I forgot to get a yarn advent countdown calendar and I really wanted one. So here's your friendly reminder. Start looking. My mom and I have our plans. I'm excited. I'm excited. But there's so many amazing ones out there. Just takes a little Instagram searching, you know. You know. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta fold some laundry. And knit. And finish my latte, because I'm gonna enjoy that. And we're gonna drink it slowly and just enjoy it. So, anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Today was a little bit of all over the place, as I said last time it was too, but for a completely different reason, and I think in a different way. So here we are today. I hope my pep talks were helpful, or encouraging, or whatever it may be. I hope it was helpful. It was helpful to me in some way. So, I have social media. I have Instagram, social media, show notes, yarn store information, tech editing information, all the various places. If I forget anything, or if you have any questions, or if you just want to say hi, please feel free to send me a message on Instagram. I don't know what my knitting plans are, other than finishing things. Finishing one big thing, that is my goal, that is my one goal, and everything else will be literally what I feel like. We're gonna really lean into that. We're really gonna listen to, I was gonna say my body, but also like my knitting mind. But listening to our body, maybe that's going out and taking a walk. Maybe that's doing a quick workout. Maybe that's doing some yoga. Doing that, but also talking about knitting. If I'm thinking that I need to do something or cast something else on, I'm gonna do it, and I will not care. Or if there's something else that I want to cast on, and I know I have something similar on my needles already, I'll work on that. And get things done. And be so happy about it. So happy. And encouraged and motivated and creatively excited again. So, that's my plan, to be creatively excited. I hope that you are able to do that with your crafting a life as well. And if not, I hope you have the ability to spark that again, because that is very important. Very important. So, do whatever brings you joy. That's really why we do this, That's why I do it, because it brings me joy. And it's sad when it doesn't bring me joy. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are so successful. I hope you had a wonderful week and continue to have a couple good weeks. What else do I have to say? I don't know. I kind of want to go cast something on. Honestly. But I don't know what that is. I don't know. I need to dig through the projects that I have on my needles and refresh my mind what's on my needles, because there may be something there that I'm just like, oh man, that's exactly what I want to work on right now. And get more things done, But we will see. We will listen to our creative minds and what it needs. Anyway, thank you again so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me. If you made it all the way to the end of the episode of my rantings and ramblings, you never know what we're gonna get. Every episode, it changes. It depends on the mood, depends on the vibe. I think it was the lipstick. Honestly, just gave me some pizzazz and wanted to share important information and reminders about Costco peanut butter pies. Anyway, okay, I need to stop. Thank you so much for being here. You are wonderful. You are enough. You are awesome for hanging out with me, even when I talk about random stuff. And with that, who knows what will be finished? We have goals, we have plans, and I will see you all next time.